Good, how are you?
Not bad, not bad. So hey guys, this is Paul, aka Apollo. So me and Apollo, we met up around 2-3 months ago. It was like during the summertime, and we were just playing. I think we were playing
The Hoxton.
The Hoxton event. It was it was like some frosh event that was happening.
Yeah.
While we were like, it was just like, it was a huge crowd, like 1,000 or 2,000 people.
It was pretty full.
It was. So about Apollo, like this guy is literally killing it in the, especially in the DJ industry right now. Coming from what, London?
Yeah.
Yeah. So come from London,
Ontario.
and like his like music, to be honest, is just straight up like if you go and see him live, I myself as a DJ, I'm like, dude, like I'm dancing. I'm like straight up like dancing, and that's why like I honestly I consider you one of like top DJs in Toronto.
Thank you.
So yeah, like it's someone to check out. So what got you into DJing? Like when you first started, like what got you into the whole music, the whole industry?
It's actually it's kind of a funny story.
Yeah.
I remember my brother brought it up to me once. And he came in my bedroom and he's like, "Hey, do you know what DJs do?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't really care," right? I kind of blew it off. But then a couple of years later, I was in Poland, and my family there owns a modeling agency, and I was helping out with the auditions, and I was in charge of the music. And it was actually inside of a club, and there was a set of CDJs there and some DJ equipment. And that's where I kind of laid my eyes on some equipment for the first time. And that's when I remembered my brother telling me about what DJs do. And I'm like, oh wow, this is kind of interesting. So that's when I bought a pair of headphones, and that was the end.
Because I remember like it's just like the story behind like every single DJ that has like that impact.
Yeah.
So did you start producing right after, or were you just like get straight into it?
Like I've always been into music. I played piano, guitar. I've experimented with a lot of different things, and I always listened to a wide range of music, but I never knew what was like what I really wanted to hear until I finally saw the DJ equipment, and that's kind of when I got to play with the music around a little more, and it was house music that was really intriguing to me. So it's kind of like where I found out finally what I really wanted to hear. And
because you know like how Toronto has like this sound, right, where people are more into night bass. So what's your thoughts into that? Because like I know like EDM's more of like a type of sound where it's like 128 and it's like high energy.
It depends, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like there's night bass to future house, deep house. It just depends what kind of crowd there is, right?
Yeah.
It really depends if you're playing at the beginning of the night, if you're headlining. It can vary, right? So it really depends on the type of show it is and what time you're playing.
Yeah. So when you started off, like, how was it like when you first started off? Like,
slow. You gotta start slow. You gotta warm up the crowd. You have to be patient. A lot of people, when they're up on the stage, they want to kind of go full force.
Yeah.
But you can't do that, especially if you're an opening DJ, right? Your job is to warm up people and not make them tired by the time the headliner comes on, right?
Yeah.
So even though I'm tempted, you gotta, when you're opening, you have to take it easy and warm up the crowd and slowly build up.
Yeah. Sometimes I find that that's like a lot of mistakes. A lot of people are just like,
that's the biggest mistake. I've even seen somebody play the headliner's song.
It's like you're in a let's say like you're in a Hardwell concert and you're just playing
exactly.
and you're the opening guy and you're playing like this big song. Yeah. Dude, that just makes everything weird. So what got you into Toronto? Especially there's so many other locations like
Toronto. There's so much opportunity here, right? Like look at all the major artists that came out of Toronto, right? I feel that everybody here is trying to hustle, push further, and finally take the next step to do something bigger, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like moving here, I kind of got to indulge in the scene and be surrounded by the right people that actually want to help you get to where you need to be.
Yeah, totally, man. So in terms of like, let's say DJing wise, what kind of advice would you give to someone who's like starting off with DJing? Like let's say like a high school kid who saw like this huge concert and he's like, you know what I mean? I want to be like one of those.
A lot of people, the number one mistake is a lot of people don't want to promote their own shows, which you should be. And another thing is they're very specific to, oh, I only want to play this genre of music. At the beginning, your main goal is for people to know that you're a DJ, right? So I think it's important to take any opportunity that's given to you and promote yourself, right? A venue books the headliner because when they know when that name is on the ticket, it'll sell. But when you're starting off and your name's on the ticket, then nobody really knows you at that level yet, right? So you need to sell tickets for the venue to want to book you. It makes sense, right? It's from a financial standpoint, I guess. So to help them and to help you, just do it, and it'll get you a lot further.
Yeah, like I totally agree with you that like when I first started off, it was the similar situation where if you don't have something behind your name, it's better to help someone else out. Would you consider that like a strategy to help someone else out?
Of course.
And
help you back.
And they'll help you out. It's kind of like
that's the thing about the DJ industry.
Yeah.
Because like every DJ helps one another.
Yeah.
I find we're like a tight knit group that.
Yeah.
We don't push each other down. I feel like we try to help each other.
Oh, dude, I totally resonate with that. Especially with some DJs literally say, "I just want to be the headliner." But it's kind of like a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
Where one person like literally is just like, hey, dude, like I want you to take over this. It's like more like giving, right? Like my philosophy when I make my videos, when I do a lot of interviews, the one thing I see with successful people is they give 10 times more.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
I totally like that whole idea. So what was the craziest gig you have ever done?
Craziest gig.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think when government was around, that would have been probably one of my highlights.
Oh, government, yeah. Three rooms, like there was like I remember.
I think there were 1, 2, 3.
It was
I
nostalgic.
think there were 5 or 6 rooms.
Holy shit! 2 floors, right?
Yeah.
2 floors.
Yeah.
Then there was like
side rooms, main rooms, back rooms. There's all.
Back when you were a college student, especially, that was like the place to go, right?
Yeah.
So, right now you're playing at You're playing at Union nightclub. You open a couple of festivals. So what's next? Like, what's your like?
Producing music.
Yeah.
I think that's my #1 focus right now.
Yeah.
I've been DJing a lot of shows, but now I think the only thing that will really take me further is making my own music and getting recognized internationally.
Yeah.
And that's something I really am trying to work on now.
Yeah. Because a lot of people say like it's about like it's not only about producing, but it's sometimes also about like kind of like getting your face out there.
Of course.
So,
it's a mix of both, right? You can't just do one and you can't just do the other.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who sit at home and produce and want to get big, and I know a lot of people who DJ and don't do the producing side. But it's all about having even balance, right?
Yeah. So how do you get that balance? Like for example, it's so overwhelming when you first start off with Ableton or even with FL Studio or like Logic.
YouTube is your best friend. YouTube, there's nothing you can't find.
Is there a secret
online,
you have where like a?
When I started, I knew very little, right? I would just play around with sounds, do this. But as soon as I wanted to do something, just go on YouTube and search what you're trying to do, and then you'll do it, right?
Yeah.
And then you want to do something else, you're not sure how to, YouTube. You'll find everything you need to do, right?
Yeah.
And eventually, once you keep practicing and practicing, you'll memorize those tactics, and that's it.
Yeah. So in terms of like marketing wise, like because right now is like you say like YouTube, you got your producing side out. What would you say in terms of like what kind of marketing? What would you advise for like let's say like a new DJ?
Don't slack on posting, because you'll lose followers out. You continuously have to interact with your followers on Facebook. You have to keep engaging people with new songs, mixes, pictures, contests, whatever you can do to build interest, right? To make people actually be like, oh, this is actually something cool. You want to keep the interest there instead of making a post and then not. And you also don't want to make posts about events, because you also want to show the other side of what you do and be creative with your content.
It's like
there's so much you can post.
They lose the human touch, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like for example, like people push so much. They're like, buy my ticket,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean. I personally get irritated when DJs they'll invite me and they'll like they won't show their human side. They won't humanly interact, and I find that like unless you're a superstar DJ and you're selling tickets automatically, that's a different story.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Even laid back Luke is like extremely fan oriented. Like he even before like now he's doing his EXO movement, which is like all about his fan base, where he before every show he goes and does a meet and greet and gives free hugs, and you know it doesn't have to be just like.
We can both agree that laid back Luke is one of the best technical DJs out there.
He's one of my guys for that reason, right? Because there's a lot of DJs who just mix back and forth, but he actually goes out of his way to like scratch and do tricks and moves and all this.
Have you watched his video on his video on how to be a better DJ?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, that was one video I was watching and I was just like, dude, it's like he was explaining all the different types of mixing and I was just like, it's so necessary for DJs to actually go because I noticed like when I go to clubs especially or go to events, they play the same exact playlist. Every goddamn time.
And that's what I mean too, right?
Yeah.
It depends on the crowd. You have to read the crowd. If you're playing some deep house and they're vibing off that, keep playing some more.
Yeah.
And then try to play something else. See how they react to it. If they have a good reaction, keep progressing in that direction, right?
You know what's crazy, man? DJing is kind of like life. Think about it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like where you gotta figure out what you're good at. And you gotta double down.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with music. It's like find the genre,
but then it might change, right? At any moment.
dude. Like you know what I mean? At any moment it changes, then you have to double down on that. It's the same thing with life, where like you have to go like you lose that job, but at the same time, you have to experiment. You have to find what job is giving you more like hourly wage, and you gotta double down on that.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important, and having a steady commitment. So. I know we're just in a short time right now. How can people reach out to you?
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
I Snapchats?
No.
Snapchat.
I honestly try to. I have my three main or four. I guess there's still SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
I try to focus on those right now
And any serious DJs that would come and want to work with you, are you down to help them?
Of course. I'm always open.
Yeah, just message him. He's probably one of the friendliest DJs out there, and I'll post a link. I'll post a link in, and honestly, it was nice.